Now let's get to the OnlyFans list. Again, the tight end position is just so fucking weird, but it makes a huge difference when you're right. When you're right and you get one of those top end guys and you hit, you're living. So again, this is why the tight end position is so important, because Kelsey's on the decline. He wasn't the same last year, and then you got Laporta, who's now proven himself, but there's so much unknown beyond all of that. So this OnlyFans list, if you can actually get the right steal, like it changes everything. So let's keep going. Like the person that had Evan Engram last year, especially in a PPR league, he wasn't drafted very high. You did well for yourself. So let's keep going. We'll get to the cheese list, or the OnlyFans list. Again, not all of these guys are the same, because the tight end position is so weird. So I'm going to start from the craziest of flyers to the ones that I'm super targeting. That'll go in order. First up on the list, one last hurrah for Mike Gesicki. Should we try it? And again, I'm not saying go blow your money on Mike Gesicki. Do not spend $10 on him in your auction draft. Do not pick him in the 5th round in your bullshit snake draft. Do not do those things. I'm just saying, if there's ever going to be a chance where Mike Gesicki has one weird outlier year, shouldn't it be with the Bengals? Now that he's with the Bengals. They got rid of Tyler Boyd, which is huge, because all those little underneath slot routes, they should go to Gesicki. You got Chase and Higgins, and then everybody else is kind of on prove-it terms. Charlie Jones got hurt. You got Jermaine Burton, who's a rookie. Who's going to be that next guy? It could be Gesicki. It could. And I'm not saying I wouldn't bet on it, but if he's free, I think you can do worse. Like, if you're looking for a secondary tight end, one that's free at the end of your draft, hey, Mike Gesicki, $1, once, twice sold, done. Like that kind of thing. Why not? Why not? Why can't he get back to 700 yards and 6 touchdowns? Why not? And a lot of it will depend on, can we get Burrow healthy? Can Burrow get back to being Burrow? But if Burrow gets back to being Burrow, which I'm going to let people on a little secret. I guess it's not really a secret. I think I put this in a post, but the Bengals are my Super Bowl pick this year. If the Bengals have a really good year, which I think they will, but if the Bengals do have a really good year, there is a chance, hey, why can't Mike Gesicki get 700 yards and 6 touchdowns again? I don't think that's totally impossible. And there's no competition in terms of tight ends on the roster. Like last year, they tried to get Irv Smith going. That didn't work. What if they can get Gesicki going? And this could be totally a waste of time. And most likely it is a total waste of time. But Bengals, Burrow, Chase gobbling up a lot of the attention, 6'6" red zone target. Doesn't seem impossible. We can get a good fantasy year out of it. Wouldn't count on it, but look, it's the tight end fucking position. You're taking flyers, right? Next, I like the shot on Luke Musgrave. The only problem I have with it is there's a lot of mouths to feed here. A ton of mouths to feed. But if you go to the rankings here, so I should have done this. So Mike Gesicki on Fantasy Pros is tight end 27. Yahoo, he is 31. ESPN, he is unranked on ESPN. And then Matthew Berry got him at 28. So again, you can have Gesicki in the deepest of leagues as your secondary tight end. Worth $1, right? Luke Musgrave, maybe worth $2. Well, number one, there's a lot of mouths to feed in Green Bay, but if he can actually get a hold of this position, I think this Packers offense can be pretty good. And again, we're heading into year 2 for Musgrave, who was a player that I liked coming out of Oregon State. We got to get him healthy. We got to get him a full season. But if we can get him a full 17-game season, he didn't even start all the games he was healthy. But this is a rookie season. Pretty good conversion rate. If we can get him to a 17-game season, heading into year 2, maybe we're looking at 700 yards or 800 yards and 5 touchdowns. And if that happens, he's very usable in fantasy. And this is a player who's very athletic. His dad, monster offensive lineman. This guy could pop. Maybe it'll happen the following year, but Musgrave could pop this year. He could be a guy. If Gesicki was worth $1, maybe Musgrave's worth $2 or $3 at the end of your auction draft, but don't think this is the worst gamble in the world. And he's basically free. Fantasy Pros has him as tight end 17. You can have him for free. Yahoo has him as 15. So that's a little. They actually have him ahead of Hawkinson, which I probably would do that. ESPN has him as tight end 25. I think that's a mistake. And then Matthew Berry has him at 17. So that ranking's kind of actually all over the place, which tells you even the people that follow the leader don't really know what to do with Musgrave, because we live in this unknown land with Musgrave, which even when the follow the leader people don't know what to do with Musgrave, that tells you a lot. And I think there's a chance that he really pops this year. Again, it's a flyer. It's a tight end. Tight ends are weird. But somebody to keep in mind at the end of your draft if you're looking for somebody. My next OnlyFans target, Pat Freiermuth. And this goes to all of the things that I say with the tight end position. This stuff takes time. Be patient. Not everybody's going to fucking hit their stride right out of the gate. Jimmy Graham, it took Jimmy Graham 3 years to fucking get going. Okay, that's the truth. Can I just put that in? How long did it take Jimmy Graham to get going? It takes these guys time is the point. Okay, it took 2 years. 2 years to get going. Okay, why can't it take 4 years for Freiermuth, who was a second-round pick? He is a big body guy that can block. Arthur Smith's going to like this guy. Arthur Smith, by the way, I'm not a huge Arthur Smith guy, but Arthur Smith, what he likes to do, run the ball, play action pass, and he is a tight end at heart. He's got a tight end background. I think he's going to help Freiermuth. In terms of Freiermuth, he was hurt last year, but the year before that, he kind of really started to get going. The year before that, he really started to get going, 732 yards, 2 touchdowns. Let's get him in the end zone a little bit more, which is what happened in his rookie year. I think this year he can actually, and Freiermuth has never been on my list. This has never been a player in fantasy that I've advocated for. But I think this is the year that it could happen for him. Better off, with Matt Canada, it just wasn't happening. And last year he got hurt. Now we got at least somebody that has NFL head coaching experience, right? We get at least something capable for Freiermuth to lean on. Kenny fucking Pickett was the quarterback last year. Regardless of who starts for the Steelers, we should get an upgrade there. And he should be the secondary tight end or secondary target in the offense. It's right now we got Pickens. And Pickens is fucking good. Who's catching balls beyond Pickens? I think there's going to be a lot of play action looks, and I think there's going to be a lot of targets to Freiermuth. Because beyond that, you got Van Jefferson, Roman Wilson, Calvin Austin. Those will be the depth wide receivers. But there's a good chance that Freiermuth is the secondary fucking option in this offense. And if that happens, he's a damn steal. Steelers? Get it? Huh? Pun? No? Maybe? Okay. All right. So Fantasy Pros has him at tight end 13. Yahoo has him as tight end 13. ESPN has him as tight end 14, and Matthew Berry has him as tight end 13. They all think the fucking same. I think Freiermuth might be a top 5 tight end. Sounds crazy, I know, but I think Freiermuth could be a top 5 tight end. And I wrote a post on this. You can go check that out. We'll link all this stuff in the article. But I think Freiermuth could be a top 5 tight end. I don't think that's out of the range of possibilities. I really, truly don't. All right, we got 3 more to do, and I'm crunched for time here, so I'm going to try to get through these. All right, Jake Ferguson. Sign me up for more fucking Jake Ferguson. Sign me up for more Jake Ferguson. So, moving in the right direction. See, we're moving in the right direction. Last year, he made the Pro Bowl. I just don't know what's changed here. Like I'm just a little unsure of what's changed here. Like as a rookie, they even gave him a better fucking number. Last year at 102 targets, 71 receptions, 761 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Why can't he even take a little bit of a step forward? Why can't that turn into 850 yards and 7 touchdowns? Like, what's changed with the Cowboys? And what happens if Lamb holds out and he's, maybe he misses 2 weeks? Who knows? But he's still the secondary option in this fucking offense. Brandon Cooks, no thank you. Jaylen Tolbert. What's changed with the Cowboys? Who's the mega wide receiver that they brought in to steal targets away? I think Ferguson's going to be still very much involved. I don't know what's changed. If we go back to last year, let's just go back to last year. He was tight end 9 in his second season. Like, as this, we'll go back. This was his second season in the NFL. He was tight end 9. Why can't he be tight end 5 or something around that? Heading into year 3, where he should only continue to get better. He's still a young player. Heading into age 25. We should get one more leap out of Ferguson, right? Why not? And if we go back to his rankings, they're basically ranking him where he finished last year, which again is a mistake, and I say this all the time. You, as a fantasy manager, have to trick your brain. What will these fucking idiots rank Jake Ferguson next year? That's the correct answer for this year. All of them will rank, and I'll do it for this one. All of them will rank Ferguson tight end 8. Here we go. Where we got him here? Yahoo, tight end 9. Here we go, tight end 10. And then here we go. Tight end 8. You notice where he finished last year? They're all fucking ranking him in the fucking spot that he finished last year. That's wrong. That's a mistake. Then is then, now is now. 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 We don't have the answer to now. But if we use our brains, we can figure it out. Heading into year 3, why can't he get better? What option has the Cowboys added that he's going to miss 102 targets? Why can't that number even go up? Made the Pro Bowl last year in his second year. He's young. He should keep getting better. Everybody still loves Dak. Everybody still loves CeeDee Lamb, but we're going to still rank Jake Ferguson in the spot that he finished last year. Then is then. That moment in time is gone. Now is now. The people who are smart and are able to project forward are the ones that win. Be smart. Sign up for Jake Ferguson. I would have him as a top 5 tight end. Maybe even tight end 4. Like, sign up for Jake Ferguson. He would be one of my favorite. If you're looking for a tight end and you miss out on the top couple guys that are ranked, Jake Ferguson. Why not? Send it in. All right, next. Got 2 more to do. Dalton Kincaid. So, again, I can expose myself. You can go research this yourself if you want to. I was not the biggest Dalton Kincaid guy coming out of college. And a lot of it had to do with he played at the University of San Diego. He had 1 good year at Utah. He wasn't even the best tight end on his own college team that went to Brant Keithy, who I guess that's not the case anymore because Keithy has had so many injuries. It's just not the case. But be that as it may, I thought, wow, like first round, if you're going to take Kincaid, I would have loved to have him in the 3rd round or 4th round. But first round, it's a lot. Not a lot of tight ends that get taken in the 1st round who end up panning out. But this one's going to work. And a lot of it has to do with Josh Allen, but he's got it. Kincaid's got it. If you watched him last year, 80% catch rate. I mean, he's got it, and that was as a rookie. And rookie tight ends don't do shit. Buffalo has changed their offense. Start of the year, and you can go. I think the game log will probably show this. Go to the start of the year. And you notice this is when Diggs was good. If you go to Diggs, right? Here we go to Diggs. So this will tell you everything you need to know. Buffalo has changed their offense. They used to be a 1 tight end team. Here's all Diggs' numbers. You see Diggs. You see Diggs in the early part of the year, and then you see what happened to him at the end of the year. During the middle of the year, Buffalo said, "We are now a 12 team. We are now a 12 team. We are going 2 tight ends. It's going to be Kincaid and Knox on the field at the same fucking time." And during this early part of the year, he didn't do shit. And then when they changed their offense, boom, there goes Kincaid. And this was as a rookie. He might get 1,000 yards. Like, he might get 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns, especially with Josh Allen throwing the ball. And I think what people need to remember about this one is, at the end of the day, these are real humans. You know, like, I know there's a lot of fake humans out there, but you have to actually be talented to play in the NFL, and these are real humans out there. I think Allen loves this motherfucker. Like, I think I think he loves him. And I think he's going to get him the ball. He's the number one guy. Like, Coleman will become the number one guy. But right now, again, I say this, then is then, now is now. Right now, in this snapshot moment in time, he's the motherfucker in the offense. He's going to get a lot of looks. And this target number, or where was the targets last year? He had 91 targets and didn't do anything for the first 5-6 weeks. In this Buffalo offense with Josh Allen, yeah, I think everybody's too low on this guy. So let's go to the rankings here. Fantasy Pros has him as tight end 7. That's actually not terrible. Yahoo has him at tight end 6. That's not terrible either. ESPN has him as tight end 5. Interesting. Don't hate that. Matthew Berry has him as tight end. Actually, they're actually a lot higher on him than I thought they were. So that's a bit surprising. But I have Dalton Kincaid as my tight end 1. And that's going to sound like a hot take, I know, but as we talked about the other day, do not follow the fucking crowd. Nobody would have had, like, if I put out my list last year and I said Kyron Williams was going to be running back 8, y'all would have laughed at me. But this is fantasy football, and this is how the shit works. Be brave, think like a contrarian, evolve or die. Last year, right? Sam Laporta was the tight end 1. Nobody would have fucking ranked him as the tight end 1 as a rookie. Nobody. You can go pull up whatever list you wanted. Nobody was ranking Sam Laporta as tight end 1 last year. Kincaid's my tight end 1 in fantasy. If I'm drafting a fantasy team, I'm not taking anybody ahead of him. If he's available in like a restart auction league, he's the number 1 guy I want. Especially in this offense with Josh Allen. Like, yes, I mean, I'll take him. He's my number one. I think we're going over 1,000 yards. I think we're going to have monster receptions, and I think double-digit touchdowns could very easily be on the table here. Last but not least, and this will be a full circle moment for everything that I tried to talk about with this tight end position. Be patient. These things take time. I've never advocated for taking Kyle Pitts in fantasy. Go look it up. All you fucking idiots that got burnt over the years, you're the problem. All you idiots that invested in Kyle Pitts this first 3 years, just know you're the problem. Just like what's going to happen here with Brock Bowers. Just know you're the problem because your expectations are not fair. Now's the time for Pitts. Now's the time for Pitts. Again, then is then, now is now. Now is the time for Pitts. Got his numbers. Decent rookie year, but didn't have the touchdown, so didn't help you a ton. But we've seen the talent. And then he got hit with that what did he get hit with? I think it was an MCL sprain, right? Was it an MCL that he got hit with? Yeah, so he had MCL, PCL. Season was a total mess when that happened. And that happened, let's go back. That happened during this 2022 season. And then it kind of led into 2023. But not only did it led into 2023, Arthur Smith was an asshole. Jonnu Smith had a career fucking year. Let's go to Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith had a career fucking year. This is what I'm talking about when I say tight ends that snipe on the same fucking team. Jonnu Smith had a career year. All these numbers are eating at Pitts. Jonnu Smith is now in Miami. Which actually Jonnu Smith is not a bad OnlyFans target. I may have Jonnu Smith's not a bad OnlyFans target for $1. Maybe he'll be an honorable mention. Glad I added that part in because I almost totally forgot about him. But Jonnu Smith is now no longer on the team. You add Jonnu Smith's numbers here, which should be the case. A huge quarterback upgrade. Like, Desmond Ridder sucks. And if you read the site, you knew a long time ago that Desmond Ridder sucks. But I think this is the year where it all comes together for Pitts. And Zach Robinson has said all the right things. We're going to use him at wide receiver. We're going to use him at tight end. We're going to use him a lot of different things, which is what they weren't willing to do last year. Like, yes, he is a glorified wide receiver, but you can, if a smart offensive coordinator is in there, which it sounds like hopefully Robinson will be that, there's ways to mix it up with him. And he should get looks at wide receiver. He should get looks at tight end. He should be all over the fucking place. He should be a chess piece for any offense. Now's the time. Now's the time for Pitts. Now's the time for Pitts. I think he scores more touchdowns this upcoming year than he's had in his entire year combined. I think now's the time for Pitts. Cousins has thrown to the tight end in the past. As we went over with Hawkinson had good numbers with Cousins. I think now's the time for Pitts. So if I'm doing my tight end rankings, I guess we'll end here. Because, again, then is then, now is now. So if I'm doing my upcoming year tight end rankings, I'm going Kincaid, Pitts, Laporta, Kelsey, Kittle, McBride, probably Ferguson, Freiermuth. Then Ingram somewhere in here. That's probably how I would rank the tight ends. Again, it's a weird position, but you have to think smart. Be different. Tight ends are done. Running backs, wide receivers. My phone's blowing up. I got things to do. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Comments are welcome as always. And peace out, Girl Scout. We'll be back.